What's up, guys? It's your boy, Wattlebird Boy here, and I'm a big fan of the Men in Black movies. And of course, when the new one was announced, I was supposed to be excited and hyped, but honestly, to be honest, I wasn't. Nevertheless, I still watched the movie and wrote up a review. I hope you guys enjoy. First of all, I'm going to talk about the villain. They're called the Hive, and it's real original. I know, it's a great name, the Hive. They can transform into anything and apparently take their enemies down from the inside. I personally think that the shape changing stuff that we see in the trailers is stupid. And, in the movies, they shape change a bit differently, but I still think it's stupid. I would have preferred they disguise themselves like they did in the first three. And that's because the way they disguised themselves, well, it was always interesting. It added character to the movie. There was, in the first one, the main villain, Ed the Cockroach. And that sounds great, but he was wearing this dude's skin, like he was inside of it. He was wearing it. And maybe back in those days, in 1997, having aliens inside of humans as like a suit probably wasn't new. But nowadays, we've got all these big blockbuster films with villains that just morph and shape change. This would have been something new and refreshing for an audience that's used to things being nice and smooth and slick. And on a bit of a side note, the CGI in these movies, well, especially the first one, for a movie made in 1997, still holds up nowadays. So yeah, I just thought I'd add that in. Chris Hemsworth's character, Agent H, felt like an idiot. I think they wanted him to be this agent who is like past his glory days and is getting slack, but I just didn't like his character. As it went on, I sort of picked up that he was solving all his problems with his good looks, if you get my gist. For example, in his introduction to the movie, the only thing stopping him from dying in that first introduction is his good looks. And then further down in through the movie, he confesses to have been assigned a mission which relied entirely on his good looks to get close to an alien arms dealer. Personally, I think that's just lazy writing. The agents of MIB are meant to use fun and interesting ways to take down their enemies, not their good looks. It's just lazy writing. Agent M's backstory was good though. A person who had contact with aliens when she was a child, but the agents who neuralized her parents didn't neuralize her because they were told that she was fast asleep. This causes her to travel the world in search of the MIB. This was different than Will Smith being a part of the NYPD and chasing down an alien before being neutralized and giving the chance to be an agent later. I very much like this refreshing take. It was stupid, however, that the MIB didn't notice she had hacked into the Hubble telescope from her apartment in Brooklyn. Plus, she knew way too much for a new agent, and they never indicated that she had read up on aliens or had any other experience other than her introduction as a child. The international theme was cool and all, but when a movie deals with something as universal as aliens, the locations things are popping off in need to be familiar. Having the first three movies, for example, set in Manhattan, helps the viewer focus on what is happening and not where it is happening. This is sort of because a lot of people are familiar with Manhattan and pretty much everybody knows of it. That means people can focus on the plot, the characters, and aliens instead of the location. Things are easier to process and won't put off the viewer, especially for something as confusing as aliens. I think if they scrapped Pawnee, the movie would have been fine. The whole point of his character was comic relief, which is fine, except for the fact that every character in this movie was basically comic relief. They were all cracking jokes, and that made Pawnee's role useless in the movie. The acting was good. There was Chris Hemsworth, Tessa Thompson, Liam Neeson. Yeah, they all acted really well. Continuing on with the good stuff, I guess you could say, the start of the movie felt like a Men in Black movie, with the menacing music, the unique font for the text, and the shot of the galaxies and stars. They really nailed the opening sequence of the movie. Going right back to the bad stuff in the movie, in the original, with Agent K, to balance out all the comedy and joke Jay was dishing out. Plus, Agent K is the veteran, and needs to be all serious to set an example of how MIB agents should act. Chris is the veteran agent, and should be more serious, while Tessa Thompson should be the one learning the ropes. She shouldn't have been pushing Chris around, and she should have been getting in the way of everything, because she's a new agent. In all honesty, I think comedy killed this movie. There was no balance between the comedy and seriousness like the first three had. This is something a lot of movies nowadays suffer from. Too much comedy. People making the movies don't realize that just because there's laughs every single minute doesn't mean it's a good movie. That's all I've got to say about Men in Black International. I'm a big fan of the first three, so I had maybe a bit too high expectations for this movie. Overall, I'm going to rate it a 6 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like if you did. Subscribe if you like the videos on my YouTube channel. And yes, I will be making more reviews, as you've probably all noticed. I made the Detective Pikachu review, and I'm going to continue making reviews. Really enjoy making these videos. I hope to see you guys next video.